This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm an entertainer. The one, the ole, a father in the house, baby. Here's my friend. Say hello to my little friend. That's it, baby. The one and only Tony Montana. The world will soon be ours. AMC and GameStop apes. You know what's funny about this guy? Strongman. He's strong. Strongman Personal Finance. His real name, is Bedpan Finance. I got to give credit to Feet Heat 79. He's an AMC ape. He named him. So I do have to give him credit. He makes himself look worse. You know what's funny is that, look, everybody makes mistakes in this world. Nobody's perfect. But this guy's actually perfect. He keeps making himself look worse and worse and worse every video. Like, just when I think that he's maxed out, like he's making himself look like the biggest broke loser in the world. Like he can't possibly be any worse. He makes it worse. Okay. So the new video, he says that, are you ready? I'm going to tell you exactly what he says. He says he pays $20 to $30 in car insurance, okay, for his car. All right. I don't know how that's humanly possible because, like, your car, I think, might be worth under $1,000. That's the only, like, his car might be worth like $300 or $400. Seriously. And he even admits it. If you actually listen to his video, he actually admits it. He says the car smells like sweat. He works out in it. He says that the handle's broke. It's all ripped up. It smells like sweat. So I'm assuming his car was worth under $1,000. Just $30 a month. How do you explain that? Right? I mean, I'm paying like $400 a month on my car. $30 a month. So anyway, let's forget that for a second. Now, he goes a step further. He says, I owed someone money, right? So A Father says, I'm broke because I owed somebody money. Now, I was thinking when he owed somebody money, like I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. You understand? I was saying like maybe he owed somebody a couple of thousand. You understand? Maybe a friend of his gave him $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever the case may be. Like, hey, that happens between friends. Listen, like I said, I've loaned a lot of my friends and family money. Many people owe me money. Many people, right? So, but I was just thinking, because that's normal. That's normal. Maybe he borrowed $5,000, whatever, $10,000 from a family member or a friend. Because he said in his previous video, I owe someone money. But my God, when you hear this, you're going to probably faint on the floor. Okay, because honestly, I almost fainted. So apparently, he owed someone money because someone bought him wings, chicken wings. Okay, so apparently they put it on the credit card because he had no money. I guess he was at his job, apparently, and someone bought chicken wings for him, and he didn't have the money to pay them at that time. We're talking $17. Let me repeat that. $17. Okay, now, the guy comes back to him, the one who bought the chicken wings. You got me? Okay. The second time, and says, listen, you think you can give me the $17 now? And for the second time, Strongman Personal Finance does not have $17 on. Not once, but twice. 2 times he doesn't have $17 in cash. Oh my God, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Do you understand? Listen to me, and I'm being so real right now. When I was 12 years old, I used to teach piano lessons. You understand? Okay, you got me, okay. I used to get paid $30 an hour in cash. I had maybe 10, 12 students, something like that. As well as 12 years old. I used to have in my pocket, you understand? $340 at the age of 12. So in other words, if someone would come to me and say, Rich, you have $20? Absolutely. More than $20. More than $20. At all times I have money. You don't have $17. Now, I'm sorry, listen, I'm not even, it blows me away. I'm flabbergasted Buy this. Flabbergasted. Okay, there's never been a time in my life since the age of maybe 10 that I did not have access to $17 at the age of 10. So one time, you know what? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He didn't have the money to pay the guy. But how embarrassing, humiliating it is that he has to come to you a second time and actually ask you. That's another thing. This guy had to come to you and ask you and remind you to pay him $17. Like you would think that he would just have, I don't know, like the decency to go up to this guy. Right now, if it was me, I'd throw the guy $40. I say, keep the change. Do me a favor. Go buy some chicken wings on me. But he has to come to him, this guy at his job who bought him chicken wings, and ask him a second time for $17. Listen, I'm sorry to say this to you. Something is rotten in Denmark. Okay, that's it. Listen to me. I've known a lot of people in my life, bedpan finance. I've known a lot of poor people. I've known a lot of middle-class people, and I've known a lot of wealthy people, rich people. And most of the time, let's just say the majority of people I know, I would say are middle class, okay? That's the truth. Meaning like in my neighborhood, you own like a $500,000 house, you have, one or two cars, you have, got a little savings, got some stocks, some investments, some gold, some silver. Like, well, that's just average. Honestly, I'm an average person. I don't consider myself to be successful. Not yet. Not yet. When AMC GameStop squeezes, I'll be very successful, but not yet. But the thing is, $17? A car, you own a car that's under $1,000. You pay insurance $20 a month. You sell 10 books. You make $100. You call it great side money. You eat TV dinners. You complain about the price of diapers. Look, you got to start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Now, the point he's trying to make is that he lives like a bum. Because he puts every dollar that he's got into assets. Nah, I don't buy it. Listen to me. I don't buy it because you have a baby. And listen to me. If you're like me, I spoil my kids. I know you spoil that beautiful baby. No. Come on. You want to drive a piece of garbage car with that baby in that car. What happens, God forbid, if there's some sort of, and listen, I want you to know I don't wish this. Seriously, listen to me. I wish, seriously, Strongman Personal Finance, I wish you, your beautiful baby, and your wife the best of health and happiness. Okay, but you're driving a piece of garbage car and you have a baby. Now, I don't know if you have another car. I don't know, maybe you do. Maybe you have another car. But, you got to have a car that's reliable and safe because you have a baby. You can't have this excuse that you're putting all your money in some kind of an index fund and you're leaving your baby in a debt trap. Like, you ever see that movie with Kurt Russell, Quentin Tarantino? I think it was called Debt Trap or Debt Ride or something. He was in a car. He goes, this car, it's death proof. That's it, death proof. He goes, he has the girl, right? She's in like a rat in a cage. She's in like this little cage. There's no seat belts. There's nothing. It's a little like seat and she's trapped. And he goes to her, so honey, are we going left or right? And she goes, right. And he goes, well, that's too bad. She goes, why? Well, because it was a 50 shot that we would either be going left or right. And we could have just as well been going right and you would have never known anything. But it happens to be that we're going left. So now you're going to know there's something going on that's not right because you're telling me to go right and I'm going left, right? You're going to have to start to get scared immediately, right? And then he starts taking off. I don't know if you saw this movie, like 100 miles, 140 miles an hour. She's like in this rat in a cage. And he says to her, honey, let me tell you something. You remember when I said that this car was 100% death proof? Because, yeah, well, I was not lying. This car is, in fact, 100% debt proof. But to get the benefits, you got to be sitting in my seat, honey. And then he slams on the brake and her head goes, hakaboo, boom, boom, right into the whatever it is, the cage that she's in. She hits that damn plastic and whole head explodes. It was pretty disgusting, actually. And there was another part in that movie that was disgusting. Some girl's leg were flying off. This guy was nuts, Kurt Russell, in the movie. Great movie, by the way. Quentin Tarantino's the man. My point is, just getting back, is do you really want your baby in a car like that you're driving around? First of all, it smells like shit and sweat and balls. Okay, that's probably not the best scent for a baby. Right? You're like, obviously he eats in the car, so he probably feeds his baby in the car, right? He's probably like, hey, baby, and the baby's like doesn't want to eat because of the smell. Get yourself, listen to me, if you are so successful like you're saying you are, get yourself a reliable car, just for the fact that you have a baby, okay? Take 20, 30,000 out, all right, and get yourself a nice, reliable car. But you know what? I'm thinking he can't do that because he doesn't have $20,000 or $30,000. He's broke. He's broke. And if you really add up all the pieces of the puzzle, do you really think if this guy had, I don't know, $300,000, $400,000 or $500,000, like he claims, I don't know, in some sort of index fund, you really think he'd be driving a piece of garbage car like that? Do you really believe that? Do you? Do you really believe that? Tell me what you think.